Okay, Nesh, we're taking a look at your singles match against Longwood here, where you did a great job of setting up points and putting the guy in trouble, but we had some missed opportunities to sneak in and put away those points. So we're going to take a look at those and some of the pros doing some sneak attacks as well. Here's an example of great anticipation skills from Carlos Alcaraz, where he uses the sneak attack to prevent his opponent from getting out of trouble. So a big part of anticipation is knowing your opponent's core position and their degree of difficulty for each shot. This certainly comes from direct vision and looking for specific cues, but it also comes from using his peripheral vision to enhance his moment-to-moment situational awareness. So first, Alcaraz recognizes where his opponent is on the return. Then, as he's preparing for his shot, he feels his opponent recover further back behind the baseline. So when you couple this awareness with the fact that he's able to set up for this forehand with plenty of time, Carlos knows this is a chance to control the point. He feels the shot quality come off his strings, he sees his opponent has a ton of space to cover, and this is the moment he knows he just put his opponent on defense. He knows his opponent is just going to try to block the ball back deep to stay in the rally, so Carlos preemptively moves up to the net before his opponent hits this defensive reply and knocks off an easy volley to the open court. It's this kind of situational awareness that adds to the greatness of Carlos Alcaraz. Okay, Nesh, taking a look at a few more examples of the sneak attack and to give you some ideas on how other players do it. The sneak attack makes offense easier by taking your opponent's time away and thus preventing them from being able to recover and get back in the point. It also deters them in the future from defending with depth because that could likely translate into an easy high volley for you, particularly after you've put them in trouble and snuck in a few times successfully. And this deterrent makes them a worse player because they won't play defense as well anymore. So sneaking in regularly when you've got opponents in trouble is a direct path for you to play at a higher level, and it's a direct path simultaneously of making your opponent play at a lower level. Because if somebody can't play defense as well as they normally can, they're not as good as they normally are, and you're the one that caused that to happen. So we're starting off with this point that you actually won. And again, you really set the point up well. You're moving the guy around, you're controlling the action. And here you pull him wide. He's on defense. He loops it back. This one he happens to miss, but this is the kind of point that you gain an advantage, but then you just stay in the point and then you kind of lose the advantage or make an error after a while. So once you hit this shot and you know he's going to be way off the court, if you sneak in before he loads up and swings at it, he can't just loop it back, and then he's got to go for more, and then his defense gets worse because it's kind of a dumb shot, and he's forced into a passing shot on defense under difficult circumstances. So you're going to, if he still loops it, you got a high, easy volley to the open court, and it's over. This next point, you had him on defense twice, and then lost the point at the end when he hit a good passing shot. But if you sneak in the moment you see him moving to a shot that he'll be on defense on, he never gets to hit that really good passing shot in the first place. But look, there's a lot of positives in this match. You did a great job, like I've said, of setting up points. And, you know, here you are pushing him back on the backhand. Now you pull him wide. He's on desperate defense. And really the only reason you went to the net is because he hit a weak short ball and you had no choice. So the first opportunity you had was behind a really good serve where he's way, way off the court and he's got no time. So the only thing he can do is loop it high. So if you move into the net before he swings at this, you've got an easy high volley you can just dump near the service line and you've got him in huge trouble. But instead you've got to work the point for like 900 shots and then you wonder why you get tired in the middle of the second set all the time. But eventually you hurt him with this forehand. And when you go over to this next one, you know this is a chance for you to control the point. Just like we showed Alcaraz in that earlier video. So once you know you've hit it clean, then you see where it's going, and then you see how far he's got to run for it with very little time, that's when you move into the net. So in case he makes this, he has even less time afterwards. But here, you stay back. And the only reason you come in is because he hits short, and that gives him time to recover and hit this pass. Here, you actually did it. So the guy hits a 12-mile-an-hour second serve, you punish the return, he's on defense, you sneak in, and you've got an easy forehand. This one you didn't make, but it still worked because that's an easy shot, and you're dramatically taking his time away. But it looks like you missed this because you hesitated about what to do with it. Well, if you're going to hit your topspin out of the air like this, treat it like every other controlling or attacking shot, where you just drive it towards a singles alley with the intention of hurting the guy and putting him in trouble. Here you hit a nice return deep down the middle, push him back again to that ad side, and here you take over. He's way off the court and you're waiting on the baseline doing nothing. And now he has time to recover and hit a good shot, and now you're pissed off. I mean, look at how far you get him off the court here. And as he's off to the races, running into the freaking parking lot, you're standing there thinking about lunch or something. And while you're standing there, he has time to loop it back, recover, and eventually hurt you a shot later. But once you start seeing people on defense and recognizing your opportunities to sneak in, your matches will get shorter and physically easier to play. You'll play at a higher level, and you'll win way more matches.